After years of conflict, the free nations of the world were finally about to defeat the USSR. To save themselves, the Soviet leaders came up with a desperate plan. They created an experimental time travel device and went back into the past to eliminate the one man most responsible for the Allies' technological superiority, Albert Einstein. Then forever changed the future. In this new timeline, the Soviets were the aggressors and the Allies were on the run. But in the process, they inadvertently spawned a third world power, the Empire of the Rising Sun. Led by the Emperor Yuriko, they believed that they were destined to conquer the world. The Empire struck without warning. Luckily, we weren't caught totally unawares. We rallied our troops and marshaled our forces. We proved victorious. Well, that's a good question, thank you. With the Soviet Union's government dismantled, we can now share the benefits of the free market with those who have been excluded. The Allied occupation forces are only there to ease this transition. I mean, there has been rumors of a possible resistance, but so far, I'm glad to say, we haven't seen anything of the sort. The Russian people have welcomed us with open arms. They've denounced their former leaders and have embraced liberty and opportunity.
Commander, these are dark times, are they not? We are very grateful that you have joined our cause. The people need leadership if they are to rise against the Allied oppressors. Our resistance movement is well underway, but we have a problem. Our scientists who are instrumental to our new weapons development have mysteriously gone missing. Our scouts have discovered suspicious research facility protected by Allied forces. We must search there for any clues regarding the whereabouts of our scientists. You'll be granted only a small force. It is all we can spare. Find out as much as you can, comrade. Udachi.
We need you to investigate Allied activity in Romania and find a way to rescue our chief scientists. You will lead this recovery force. Their objectives are as follows. Sources in the area indicate that the Allies are experimenting with new technology. We need to rendezvous with these sources and rally their support. Recover our chief scientists being held in this area against their will. Return the chief scientists safely to the harbor for extraction. Good hunting.
Today, the world's largest technology firm, Future Tech, again made headlines when hundreds of activists protested outside their corporate headquarters. Future Tech spokesperson Kelly Weaver responded to the rising public concern over her firm's latest project, the Sigma Harmonizer.
Protesters spoke out against the chronosphere when that was in development as well. It's normal for there to be some fear and skepticism when it comes to change. But I can assure you that public safety is our #1 priority at Future Tech.
More worries were raised when EU President Rupert Thornley recently approved a $1 trillion contract with Future Tech. There's grave public concern regarding the apparent lack of government oversight.
Future Tech's advances have improved our lives and brought us unmatched prosperity. I mean, if not for their technology, we wouldn't be where we are today, would we? I mean, if we can't trust Future Tech, who can we trust?
I can't believe this. Future Tech has full support from the Allies, even though they have been kidnapping our scientists for their own devices. We have located another secret research facility. This time they had the audacity to locate it in Mother Russia herself. Protect our people and put an end to whatever they are doing there. Do svidaniya.
Our agents have discovered that Future Tech Corporation has a research facility on our own soil in Murmansk. You are needed to lead a reconnaissance force in that area to determine the enemy threat. Your objective is simple. Infiltrate the Future Tech research facility. We need more information about their plans. Stand by for further orders in the field. Proceed with care. We have limited information about Future Tech's defenses in this region.
There are reports of an attack on a remote Future Tech research facility in northern Russia. Local citizens apparently had no idea that such a facility was even located there.
Mr. President, what sort of research was Future Tech working on in such a remote part of Russia?
Well, first, may I just reassure people. Our first concern right now is finding the terrorist who perpetrated this cowardly attack. Now, I have full confidence that Future Tech is dedicated to making our world a better place. But, of course, they're employees. They can't be expected to build us a better future if they're working in fear of their very lives. Now, excuse me, we're late. Thank you.
It looks like our Cold War is heating up. Our agents have traced the source of Thornley's reinforcements from your mission in Siberia. The troops came from a military base located a half a world away in the Yucatan. The Allied command doesn't even know about this base. If they're not about to stop Future Tech, then we will. Whatever this group is building will surely be used to keep the Soviet people under their boot heel. Go to the Yucatan and destroy these forces which are protecting Future Tech.
We have discovered a Future Tech military base in the Yucatan. It is the origin of forces that attacked in Siberia, and thus it is a threat and must be eliminated. A strike team under your command will lead the assault. Your mission objectives are: bring down the lookout posts around the island. This will allow us to provide additional reinforcements without giving away our position. Intercept Future Tech's supply lines. We will use their own resources against them. Eliminate the Future Tech military base and any of its new weapons. Tread lightly, Commander. The element of surprise is likely to be our only advantage during this operation.
Allied troops have been deployed to protect Future Tech's controversial new Sigma harmonizer. It's scheduled to go online in the next few days, despite rising concerns as to its true purpose.
Future Tech may have fooled the rest of the world into letting them build this machine, but we know the truth. With this new device, that deceitful President Thornley could debilitate the Soviet Union forever. We cannot let this Sigma harmonizer go online. You must stop them, or our future will be extinguished.
Our main target is a massive structure called the Sigma harmonizer. It is the culmination of Future Tech's research, with capabilities our intel can only guess. We now know where it is and are preparing a full-scale assault. Here is what we need you to do. Bring down the coastal defenses protecting the Sigma harmonizer. This will give our main assault forces the signal to move in. Destroy Future Tech's research and production facilities. Leave nothing standing. Then focus on destroying the Sigma harmonizer before it has completed its startup sequence. Completing this mission should cause Future Tech to suffer irreparable setbacks and expose their self-serving plot to all the world. Good hunting.
I can assure you that Future Tech's board of directors knew nothing of Thornley's personal involvement in the Harmonizer project. And to make sure nothing like this ever happens again, we're putting in place additional security protocols. Future Tech is committed to prosperity and the public good, and we look forward to providing the world with a better tomorrow.
The Allied leaders have called to thank us for putting down this maniac Thornley. In fact, as we speak, they're pulling their forces from our territory so that they may increase security within their own. We have gained their trust, comrade. And now we will begin again to rebuild the glorious Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. The people thank you, Commander.
Welcome back, Commander. You're looking very fit and rested. I hope you're ready, because we have some important work ahead of us. Our occupation force in Japan has intercepted some disturbing news. Instability is mounting in various provinces there, threatening everything that we achieved in our victory. Their leader, Tatsu, has been cooperative with our post-war arrangements, but the problem lies with their provincial shoguns. These warlords are raising armies against Tatsu and our occupation. The plot seems to be spearheaded by Shinzo Nagama. His loyalties lie fiercely with the late emperor, and he refuses to bow to any other. We'll need to send in our own forces to put this uprising to rest. You'll be working directly with Tatsu on this. Please try to show him the proper respect, sir, as he's working with us now. Good luck, Commander.
Commander, I'm told you're the best field officer the Allies have. I hope so, because we need to move quickly. Shinzo has many loyal followers, and his numbers are growing steadily. He has always resented my authority and my progressive ways. He's too old and stubborn to understand that the world has changed. But that doesn't mean he isn't dangerous. He is a master warrior, and quite deadly. You'll find him in the Iga province, home of the Nagama clan. Do not let his stubbornness be the cause of our destruction.
The warlord Shinzo Nagama is holding out at his clan's village. Your mission is to subdue him so he can be brought to justice. Specifically, establish a forward base in the vicinity of Shinzo's main base. Defeat Shinzo's loyalist forces. Use our cryotechnology to capture Shinzo alive. Because the war with the Empire of the Rising Sun is officially over, we cannot commit our full arsenal in this operation. We appreciate your flexibility. Godspeed, Commander.
You haven't lost your touch, Commander. Shinzo's armies have sworn allegiance to Tatsu, so now that area is secured. However, there are still other shogunate leaders who are yet willing to back down. Despite Shinzo's defeat, the warlord Kenji in Osaka continues to marshal his forces. Tatsu will give you the particulars on your assignment. Do be careful, sir.
Kenji has always been arrogant, but I never thought he would go this far and betray me. He might prove to be even a greater challenge than Shinzo, as he is a man who has embraced the modern ways of warfare. He will use the latest technology to protect his position. It's a heavily defended high-tech fortress outside of Osaka. Do not underestimate him. Kenji may seem brash and arrogant, but make no mistake, he is lethal.
The former shogunate commander Kenji Tenzai has been tracked to his well-fortified headquarters in Osaka. Your mission is to bring him in, alive. Find a way to neutralize the nanoswarm defenses barring passage to Kenji's headquarters. Find a way to flush Kenji out of hiding. Once he is pinpointed, we will use our chronosphere network to detain him. Expect heavy resistance from forces honor-bound to the rogue commander. Good luck, Commander.
Good job, Commander. Thanks to your brilliance on the battlefield, the rebellion is very close to being contained. There is only one shogun who is left to surrender. Takara is planning a full-scale assault upon the throne. She needs to be stopped, sir. I know your men are tired and your equipment has been pushed to the limit, but this is our last chance to prevent this region from falling into chaos. Tatsu will brief you on the specifics. Good luck.
Commander, Takara inspires great loyalty in her men, but she cares nothing for the Empire. She has already turned her people against me. If we let this corruption spread, everything that my father stood for will crumble. Her samurai will die to protect her. Let them have that honor. Show no mercy, Commander. Kill them all.
The rebellious Imperial Commander Takara is holed up with remnant forces near Miyako. She is to be neutralized. Tatsu and Allied Command expect that this will put a stop to the rebellion. Your mission is breach Takara's defensive perimeter with your mobile construction vehicle. Defeat Takara and her resistance forces. Expect forces sworn to Tatsu to support your final objective. This operation should finally quell the insurgency in the Empire of the Rising Sun. Take care and good luck.
I'm glad to see you in one piece, sir. Tatsu caught us completely off guard. we should have suspected he was up to something. If he had succeeded, he could have resurrected the Empire's full military might. The only reason he didn't was because of your efforts. The world owes you a great debt. Thank you, Commander.
Ah, Commander. It's good to see that there is still loyalty for my father's legacy. The Allies occupy our lands and believe that our war machine is dormant. But they do not realize how deeply we honor our traditions. As one of the last samurai standing, the Empire needs your sword. The Soviets are taking advantage of our defeat and making a play for Empire territory. Under the very noses of the Allies, they are attacking Sakhalin Island. Commander Kenji is doing his best, but he cannot hold out for much longer. You must come to his aid and beat back the Soviet advance.
Our National Defense Force on Sakhalin Island is under attack by Soviet forces. Commander Kenji has requested immediate backup, which you will provide. Due to the Allied occupation of our country, our best option is to sneak a small number of engineers behind enemy lines. Once there, have them capture the Soviet structures so that you can use their own forces against them. Honor the late Emperor's dreams.
Excellent work, Commander. But the Soviets are still threatening our borders. Now these arrogant Gaijin are preparing to take Oki Island so they can turn it into a naval base. Oki is not just any ordinary island. It's the sacred resting place of my father's remains. The Allies have an occupation force which is supposed to be maintaining order, but the spineless cowards are hoping they can just ignore this threat. So we'll have to take matters into our own hands. Do not let the Soviet barbarians dishonor my father and desecrate his final resting place.
The Soviets are making a play for control of Oki Island, and the Allies have turned a deaf ear to our request for help. They show no regard for the sanctity of this place. As the resting place of our emperors, Oki Island is the ancestral pride of our nation and must remain under our control. Your mission is to stop the Soviets from desecrating our imperial tombs and from getting a foothold over these islands. You may need to use the Allies' own forces to do this. Honor the late Emperor's will.
Commander, you have honored my family with your victory at Oki Island. But now it is time to take the fight to the aggressors. We must make Moskvin and Oleg regret that they ever stood up against the rising sun. Attack Vladivostok and erase every trace of the Soviet presence. Once this is done, the Pacific will be ours, and our control over these waters will be as it was before the war. Bring them to their knees, Commander. Make them pay for their impudence.
The Soviets' attack on the Oki Island shall not go unpunished on order of Prince Tatsu. You are being given the honor of retaliating against the Soviet commanders responsible. Your target will be the Soviet port of Vladivostok, which is the staging area for the recent Soviet attacks on our territory. Here are your objectives. Destroy Commander Oleg's base of operations. He is in charge of the Union's armor divisions. Destroy Commander Moskvin's base of operations. Many of the Union's experimental weapons are under his command. The Allies may not sit idly by once the fighting begins. They must not interrupt our plans. Do this and honor the memory of our Emperor.
Well done, Commander. Recapturing Vladivostok was an essential part of my plan to bring the Empire back to its full power and glory. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Thanks to you, we are one step closer to our ultimate destiny.
There you are. Battle control is finally online and everything is in place. We've acquired the construction vehicles from the three world powers and they're now ready for your disposal. The post-war situation is so bogged down in border disputes that no one will even see you coming. We'll be standing by to collect the technology of the wreckage left behind so that soon we'll have samples of all their military assets to do with as we please. Or as you please. Good luck out there. We'll be monitoring your progress with great interest. Very impressive. I have to be honest with you. None of us expected you to actually make it this far. Many of our shareholders assumed the worst after our last CEO's untimely demise. We humbly ask that you consider the generous offer we've prepared. I'll be visiting you this evening to review the terms in private. Until then, imagine the possibilities. Imagine what we can accomplish in the future.